Is Qualcomm a good buy or is it a good addition to your global stock market portfolio? We're going to look at the pros and cons of owning Qualcomm stock and if it makes sense to add to your investments. So, hi, I'm Ronald Agape. I'm the author of the book No Money Down Formula in Real Estate. This helps you buy properties with little or no money down. And I'm co-editor or co-author of the book Money Troubleshooters, Your Money Questions Answered by Financial Gurus. And one of the questions that I've been trying to answer, looking for the answer, is how do you make money in the global stock markets in a consistent way, so in a predictable way as well. And one of the answers that I've been finding is that you need to invest in winning companies over the long term. We're going to look at the possibility, is Qualcomm, a winning company? All right, so let's dive in. But before we do that, please make sure to smash the like button, make it turn blue. This tells the YouTube algorithm that this is a good video to share with other people. I do this for free and I share information for free. And all I ask is just one like. And please also consider to subscribe if you like videos like this, videos that will help you make better investment decisions. Make sure that you click on the notification bell button and so that you'll be notified whenever we have new videos. So let's dive into Qualcomm. If you haven't heard of Qualcomm or you don't know Qualcomm, it is a semiconductor manufacturing company. So they fabricate different kinds of chips, but mainly they are involved in the mobile wireless devices industry. So they manufacture the chips that mobile phones have, that tablets have, and a lot of these mobile devices have. They are a leader in wireless networking technology and one of the proponents of the move to 5G. They're actually one of the companies that create the standards for 5G. And they've been doing this for a long time because Qualcomm has been involved in the mobile industry ever since the first generation came out. So if you don't know them, they manufacture the Qualcomm Snapdragon chip, and this is in a lot of phones. They're even in Apple phones, in Huawei phones. So doesn't matter who the manufacturer is, most likely they are sporting or they are using a Qualcomm Snapdragon chip because they are one of the leaders in the mobile networking or in the wireless technology industry. So 70% of their revenue comes from chip sales. A huge portion of their revenue comes from chip sales. But an interesting aspect of their business is they also make money from licensing. So close to 30% comes from royalties from one of their 140,000 plus library of patents. So that is one of their huge assets. Qualcomm has invested a lot in research in this area. They're actually one of the companies that set the standard when it comes to mobile communications. They're one of the authors of the 5G standards. And like I said, they've been doing it since the first generation. So even if a phone does not have a Qualcomm chip, if they use the standards of the if they use one of the technologies that Qualcomm initiated, that Qualcomm has a patent on, then Qualcomm gets paid. And the interesting thing here is they get paid according to the price of the phone. So the higher the phone, the higher the royalty that Qualcomm gets. So they have a huge lead in that area. And Qualcomm has also started to invest. They already have a venture capital arm, and they've started to invest in startups that are involved as well in the 5G field, in the mobile communication field as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how these investments turn out. And they've had some small investments in the past, and they've been involved in Cloudflare, in Zoom, in Affirm. So these are they're making good investments, and it remains to be seen if this will be a significant portion of their income in the future. All right, so this is Qualcomm's market share in the mobile chips market. So Qualcomm is the number one. They're at 29%. followed by MediaTek at 26%. This is a Taiwanese company, and a Chinese company at 16%, and then followed by Apple and Samsung. So Qualcomm is the undisputed leader for now, but as you can see, they're actually losing market share to MediaTek and to high silicon. So it remains to be seen if Qualcomm can maintain that leadership position. However, I'm not too concerned whether they lose market share or not, because number one, MediaTek and high silicon focuses more on the lower end to mid end range of phones. So it's actually understandable why they're losing market share simply because of volume. So the sheer volume of lower end and medium priced phones is a natural consequence to losing market share. Qualcomm focuses more on the high end and higher profit margin market. So it's not really a cause of concern if they are losing market share, especially because of 5G. So as people shift to 5G, then Qualcomm will continue to make money from sales of their business. But it's not just phones, because 5G is going to enable a lot of things like autonomous vehicles, self-driving vehicles. For self-driving vehicles to run properly, they need to be connected to 5G. And to be connected to 5G, they will have to use some form of mobile chip, a radio frequency chip or wireless modem. And these are the products that Qualcomm manufactures. So they're going to be very much involved in the self-driving vehicles of the future. And even now, the cars now, even if they're not self-driving, they're most likely to be having these products because a lot of cars also want to be connected to 5G as well. Plus, not just that, uh, Qualcomm is also going to be involved in the Internet of Things, smart devices, smart homes, smart buildings, smart factories. All of these, if they want to be connected to the 5G infrastructure or 5G network, they will have to be using the chips that Qualcomm makes. And as long as Qualcomm is one of the leaders, as long as they have market share, they're going to benefit from this huge market. Now, just to give you an idea of how big this market is or how big the impact is, you can actually see the impact of 5G already on the price of Qualcomm. So ever since the bottom of the pandemic or the bottom of the market crash, in March, Qualcomm has been moving rapidly up because of the introduction of 5G. So China has been the leader in 5G, but Apple has already started to release their 5G phones as well. So we're actually just at the beginning of the shift to 5G. And just to give you an idea, in 2019, 18.9 billion units of 5G phones were produced, but the projection is by 2027, for less than 10 years, there will be 14.9 trillion units of 5G phones in the market. 4.9 trillion, that is uh, a, a compound annual growth rate of 129.6%. So we can expect a doubling of the market, right? The 5G mobile phone market will double every year, for the next 8 years. That is great news for manufacturers in the mobile phone industry. And you can expect or a, this is one of the data that I found in Yahoo Finance. Qualcomm has a 5-year PEG ratio or PEG ratio of zero point 0.9. So this is a number that is computed against the price to earnings multiple and the growth potential of the business. So a PEG ratio of less than 1 means that this is a growth stock. So they have good growth prospects in the next 5 years. All right, so that's why I'm really excited, with Qualcomm about this. And just to give you a visual idea of how that looks like, so you can see at 2020, it's actually almost inconsequential. It's too small compared to 2027, but by 2027, that is going to be how the 5G smartphone market will look like. It's dominated by Android. Now there's some iOS there and then others, but most of them, or a lot of them, you can expect almost 24 or almost 29 to 30% of that will be sporting Qualcomm chips. So this is going to be a high impact shift and something that will Qualcomm will benefit a lot from. And I'm not the only one that's saying this. 21 Wall Street analysts also give a buy rating for Qualcomm. Nine are giving a hold rating, and one is giving a sell rating. So it's not a unanimous pick, but the average price or the average target price that the analysts are saying is 160 and $61, $161.61 for Qualcomm stock in the next year, with a maximum target price of $185 in the next 12 months. So there is a 7.4 to 23% upside. So that means, say, if you buy $1,000 of Qualcomm stock today, you could probably expect that $1,000 to grow to 1,070 or 1,230, $237 by the end of next year. Of course, we don't know what the exact rate will be, but it's just good to know that there is a prospective upside, and I'm not the only one saying to you that this is a good stock to own. All right, so is Qualcomm stock a good buy? So for me, yes, but try to buy it below 139 because right now, let's look at my eToro platform. Right now, Qualcomm is at 149 and 53 cents. So you can actually see the research here. This is where I got the numbers for the analyst recommendations. So Qualcomm is a very promising company, and it's something that I'm excited to own. You know, as soon as it goes below 139. So I'll be watching this stock closely. Why 139? Well, I just want to have that margin of safety factored in just to make sure that whatever happens, whatever challenges, because there are risks. One of the risks to Qualcomm is, Apple has started to make their own chips as well. So they'll be losing a one of their biggest customers, one of their partners, which is Apple. And they had a dispute a couple of years ago, but that has been settled. Apple is still a customer for the next 6 years, so that's why I'm saying this is not a something that will impact Qualcomm at least in the next 5 years. So it's still safe to say, for me, that Qualcomm is a good buy. So even with the challenges from MediaTek and high silicon, because of Qualcomm's vast library of patents, they are still in a good leadership position, and they stand to benefit from the 5G shift. All right. So if you like that information, please make sure to like the like button. Smash the like button, make it turn blue, and subscribe to my channel to get more information like this. Let me know what stocks you'd like for me to review, what stocks you'd like for me to check out, and please make sure to hit the notification bell to get notified whenever there are new videos like this one. And also consider joining my worldwide investors network. I am forming a founding group of investors, so like-minded investors who are starting to invest in the global markets and would like to have a group where you could share information, share ideas, share research as well. I'll be researching all of the companies, all of the stocks that I'm studying so that you can make a better decision in your own global market investing activities. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot. And this is Ron Kagape wishing you or praying that may your deals push through.